Okay, so this is what is Venus doing this week? All right, so now we are going to start coming into the second hit of Venus trine Chiron. I'm going in with the good one first because, you know, this Venus square Uranus is just making all of us so very unsettled. But, you know, satisfaction in your own life is your priority. And, you know, as long as you are not giving away oh my God, my words. All right, anyway, so Venus is focused on self-expression, creativity, and passion, while Chiron is focused on healing deep emotional wounds and transforming them into the wisdom that we can teach others. All right, so the first Venus trine Chiron was on the 29th of June. All right, so at that time, we were looking at the things in our life. So where is Chiron in your chart? I've given this all to you. If you do need a reminder, pop into the accountability tomorrow or just send me a message and I can refresh your memory. But you know, it's pointing to the things that we need to heal. All right. So now Chiron is in Aries. So we are looking for ways we can be independent again. All right. So, you know, as an example, you know, we've seen that we're dissatisfied in a relationship or situation, and we've decided that we no longer need to be codependent. I'm also adding in the nodes shift here with, you know, the South Node now being in Libra, which is Venus's sign. We are seeing that we are able to disentangle ourselves from old romances or relationships, and therefore we need to gain back our independence. However, during that whole situation, no matter what it's in, we need to also heal. But in order to heal, we need to feel the hurt and acknowledge the reason why we were able to get that far down the hole in the first place. All right. So now, it encourages you to approach matters of the heart with confidence and a willingness to confront and heal past wounds. All right. So now we're definitely assertive and a strong sense of self. Like I said earlier, we've got Venus hanging out there with Lilith, and, you know, they're just angry at the moment. Well, you know, I mean, Venus in Leo can be very proud, or she is very proud. She knows her worth. But at times of hurt and harm, you know, that lower self-worth becomes more evident. All right. So again, you know, we need to lift ourselves up and shake off our funk and just know that, you know, the universe will always reward you for the work that you do on yourself, no matter what. You know, if you are willing to change and try, then you will get the rewards. That's just how it works. All right. So if in the past you have been reluctant to be seen because someone damaged your self-worth, then this is the time to undo the damage of the past and stand proud to reclaim your fabulosity. All right. So being the second hit of this, so on the 9th of August, as I was saying, the first time we might have noticed, the second time we are actually able to do something about it, or like this is all saying, acknowledge it to the point where you realize what the problem is. All right, you've looked within, you've seen what actually caused it. Or, you know, I mean, I'm not saying it has to be exact right now, but at this time you're starting to really get a sense of the bigger picture. Hence the Aquarian full moon. It's all about how you are envisioning everything right now. The mixing pot is just becoming so much more obvious, and you're starting to really break down, Mercury in Virgo, what you can actually do about it. Okay. Now, the second hit of well, hang on. Venus trine Chiron is the 15th of August. Sorry, it's the Venus square Uranus is exact on the 9th. My bad. Sorry about that. So now I've just written some prompts here. So what can we continue to expect? All right. So we can continue to expect disruptions in love and relationships, maybe because of a desire for excitement or something new. Maybe you're just bored, and the disruption in relationships doesn't have to mean separation or divorce. It just means that, more honest conversations around your needs being met. This can also absolutely be, and again, it doesn't have to be love, it can be work, it can be your friends, it can be your parents, your family, it can be anywhere. It takes a conversation for you to go, hey, I'm just not feeling respected or honored, or you are not valuing my opinion. I don't feel like my self-worth is being appreciated, or you know what I mean? Like, we're just sort of getting to that point where changes are being made. Maybe you are separating, maybe you are, changing jobs because, your boss doesn't appreciate you. Whatever it is, we're at that point now. Okay. So, unconventional desires and values. Do your core beliefs match? I think last week I was talking about the fact that, we get into relationships, and especially women, let's talk about the pill. It masks your hormone signature. So therefore you get into relationships with men and, the pheromones get masked. So you can't smell them, right? I know that sounds gross, but it's true. Your sense of your perception towards your partner is also skewed if you are on the pill. I mean, guys, we don't have to deal with that right now, but there is a male pill out there. I wonder if it does the same thing. So, how many times do you hear stories about people having babies, they're not on the pill anymore, and then they break up because that's not the person that I fell in love with? No, it's not, because your perception of that person was chemically skewed. So, or, there's a lot of reason why your values and desires don't match, but that's just the one that I wanted to talk about right then. Okay. Another thing that, we might be feeling and experiencing is financial instability and compulsive spending. And I'm going to put my hand up again and go, I did it again. I did it again. My God, I really thought that I needed this thing, and I clicked yes. And I was like, do I really need that thing? I still bought it, but I'm like looking back on it going, oh my God, like I had this expectation and it didn't work out. I hope that it's going to be okay, but you know what I mean? Like, here we are. And I did get all my tax stuff done today. In the group the other day, Rachel and I were talking about getting our taxes done. And I said on Sunday and Monday would be great for you to organize that sort of stuff. And I did it today. Rachel reached out and poked me, and I was like, awesome. Thank you for the reminder. And I did it. So, have you looked at your budgets recently? Have you been looking at your spending? And, maybe it's just a new financial plan, or like I said, taxes are a great time for you. You have to go back and itemize and just look at things like that. So use it wisely, do it now. All right. Reevaluations of your personal beauty standards, wardrobes and hairstyle. We've been talking about this one, and as you can see, I have another new hairstyle. No new clothes this week, but definitely a different hairstyle. So same goes for you. Have you cleaned out your wardrobe? Have you gone back to, being authentic? I was talking to a lady the other day and she was like, I don't wear the clothes I would normally wear out of the door because I don't want people to think I'm a weirdo. And I'm like, fly that freak flag, lovely. Like, who wants to just be the same as everyone else? Like, no. But anyway, maybe with the Venus retrograde, the same as Mercury retrograde, maybe you found those old favorites in the back of your cupboard and you're bringing them out, shaking them off, giving them a good dusting. and putting those things back on again. Or, the opposition to Hygeia, which Venus is still doing. I haven't put it in here because it's quite wide, but, maybe you're realizing that your favorite clothes don't fit you at the moment. So that reevaluation of your wardrobe is triggering the Venus Hygeia, and she's pushing you to choose healthier options, so my Venus retrograde is in the 6th house of health. Venus has absolutely triggered me, and I have been taking notice, and I'm 2 kilos down just from simple things like, having a big glass of water before I go and munch out, making sure I got lots of fruit and good food choices. So, what are some simple things that you can do? I've even put my Fitbit back on because it reminds me to stand up. So, and how many steps am I doing? I've only done 10,000 one day since I've put it on, but it is actually getting me up and moving and aware of what I'm doing. So, can you do any of those things? Do you have a Fitbit, or can you just pay more attention to your diet, wardrobe, beauty choices? So, all right. And then what else can we expect? The desire for independence. Have you just had enough? So going back to, your interaction with other humans, how's it looking for you? Have you just found yourself in an old pattern where you're like, I'm here again? Why have I got this person in my life? Because it's an expectation that I have. Do I really want to be sharing my life with someone else? Have you just had enough? So I think that was it for that one. And yes, stop, share, and